Welcome back, everybody, to the You Ask We podcast, the show where you ask the questions, they answer them, and I'm just the guy in the middle. This week, we have an absolutely amazing guest coming on. He's an up-and-coming DJ from Los Angeles, California, has a ton of sick mixes on SoundCloud, and you can find him doing sets on rooftop parties for the public in Venice Beach and everywhere in between. I want to give a warm welcome to my good friend, Michael Atzmon. Micha, what's up?
Thank you so much for having me. Wow, that was a beautiful introduction. I don't know.
Of course, bro, we do our research. You know how it is.
You make me sound like the next John Summit, you know?
Nah.
It's awesome. I love it.
Of course. Yeah, so you know how this works. Like, pretty much people submit questions from all over. We tackle them, we answer them. But the first question always comes from me, and that's, what's new?
What's new? I got to say, a lot of new music coming soon, I would say. A lot of great music. I don't know if you know this song. You know the song, We Are the World?
Like by Michael Jackson? Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I actually sampled those vocals, and I put it on one of my favorite songs on one of my favorite DJs.
That's amazing.
And I'm very excited to show it with a lot of people. I got inspired. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and during these dark times, I came across a bunch of Israeli artists. They made like the We Are the People version in Hebrew.
Wow.
And I was like, wait, don't we have one of this in English? Like, we know one of these. So I listened to the song, and I'm like, yep, I want to make that song. So I'm excited to share it with you guys very soon. So yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, we're excited to listen to it.
I'm very excited to share with you guys on that.
Let's get started into these questions. This first one comes from Kyle. What got you into DJing in the first place, like overall?
Great question. So I came back from my gap year in Israel, and I'm sitting with my friend in my room, and we're both not going to college. And we're like, how are we going to have a college experience? So we thought about that. We're sitting, and I came out with this idea. I looked at my friend. I'm like, we're going to become really good DJs. We're going to get really good, and we're going to get invited to every single college party. So I got more into the technical stuff, like getting into how to DJ a little bit. Mm-hmm. I had previous experience when I was younger. Someone handed me like a DJ board. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like 10th grade, didn't know what I was doing, but kind of faded away from that. But I decided, it's time, I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to learn how to do it. And I did. My friend got into more like finding the music. What are people wanting to listening to? He would give me the music, and I would just mix it all together. And yeah, it just went from there, and we got invited to every single party. And then the passion of DJing and listening to other DJs just kind of growed with it. And yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, that's how I got into it.
So it all started from like, yo, I want to get us into frats. And then
yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's absolutely amazing. And it's like, I mean, how did you find yourself like falling in love with it specifically, like the music and all that stuff? Like, has music been around for a while?
I've always loved music. I think since I was younger, just listening to different genres from R&B to rap, and then having different influences growing up from Israeli music, like my parents being Israeli, listening to that, as well as my older brother. He would listen more to alternative music, so getting his style, and then being in our generation, listening to more to rap, and then kind of expanding to R&B and growing up to like Chris Brown. He was a big influence for me. Chris Brown, I would say, was my number one artist growing up.
Wow.
Yeah, like my mom would always play Chris Brown music for me. So that's the longest I can remember.
That's insane.
I got into Drake just on finding unreleased music. And I got into that. So yeah, I always loved music. I feel like I always had a connection to music. Like any type of mood I was in, I always had a sense for that. Mm-hmm. But then recently, I would say since I came back after I traveled to Europe, I actually found a difference between the music I used to listen to and the music I listen to now. The way I think I can differentiate it on a simpler level is the difference between high frequency music and low frequency music. Mm. So if you look at like rap and like R&B, those type of like mainstream type of music, if you don't know the song, you're not enjoying it. Let's say, you're going out to the club, or you're going out in general, a party, and someone plays a rap song and you don't know what the words are, you're not enjoying. You know what I mean?
Like if it's not a classic, it's like people are not going to be like bumping.
Exactly. And unless you
Yeah.
know the song, unless you know like word for word of the song, you're gonna be enjoying it, right?
No, it's true. Literally.
So, but like what I found with house music, you can be listening to African music, Latin. You don't need to know what the word is, the guy is saying. You can be spinning out gibberish, and you enjoy it, and you love it.
Yeah, it's literally it's just like the beat takes you. Like I remember one time I was out with a few friends and it's like the DJ like all night was like playing this mix, but the whole time the mix was just saying, "Do they know what is what? They don't know what is what." But it's like for the first 5 minutes we were just like, "What is this?" But then like after like 15 minutes and like a few shots, we were all just like, "Do they know?
Exactly.
Do they know what is what?" Like
I think it's music for the soul. I would say
they
like
just catch you.
house music is a genre that is so large. There's so many different like in house music. There's so like subgenres that you can find and you can connect to as well. But as house music as a whole, anyone can enjoy. Anyone. You might be like, oh, but I need more words. I need more this. I feel like the more you listen to it, the more you understand. It's high frequency music,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I started to enjoy. Like you can listen to it any time of the day, and I think that's like my type of music. I love it, and I love to share the experience with people.
That's beautiful, man.
You know,
That's
and
awesome.
I think like right now, I think I found my sweet spot in house music right now.
Your niche?
Yeah, it's perfect. I know exactly what I like, and I know exactly what I'm going for, and it's more Caribbean, African, and Latin house, more
Love it.
on the deeper. It's more like you hear the different instruments and the influences of the different artists, and like you let like let's say the trumpets or the pianos or the shakers of like the salt shakers
Oh
they
yeah.
have the constant. You just let that like take you. That's what it mostly
That's
I've been
beautiful, man.
enjoying on that. It's been unreal.
Yeah. So this next question comes from Lily. And with all the fun experience you have like DJing and stuff like that, what would you say is the most fun gig you've ever played?
So I think every gig I have has been awesome, the best.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different experiences. I think DJing, I like DJing more than partying. Like
That's fire.
that, I think,
That's
like for
that's
me, it's
beautiful.
like I'd rather DJ than party. Like when it came to like mostly like house parties or we've been doing, and they're like, "Can you DJ?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Like I'd rather do that.
That's sick.
I don't want to party because I don't know why.
You like having control of the aux, basically.
You could say so. I might be a little control freak on that end. You could say so. But I think the best one I ever enjoyed, it was a little more intimate, a lot more intimate. It was like 70 people, nothing crazy, for a friend's birthday. And the reason why I really enjoyed it because I DJ'd with my friend. I taught two of my friends how to DJ, and just being able to DJ with your friend and you're going like back to back song for song with them, I think is like the ultimate like happiness that I can gain from that because you're with your friend and you're literally taking someone like the whole group who are really enjoying, especially when it's intimate. You feel the energy from them, and like and they're feeling the energy from you, and you feel like you're like a unit, you know.
Mm.
And for me, when it comes to DJing, when I ever DJ, I feel like it's a responsibility you have. It's not what type of music you play essentially, right? That's important, right? When you DJ, it's all about right the music you play, and it's about how you can get the crowd interacted.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you can't take the consumer from point A to point B in a seamless act, you're a garbage DJ. I'm serious. Like I've been out so many times, and I constantly listen to DJs. I go out and I stay posted right next to the DJ. I don't move. And the DJ, like you can see, he plays good music, but he can't transition. He can't mix for his life. And you see the way that people like fluctuate their energy, it just doesn't work. And I stand there and I'm like, all right, you might be playing good music, but you're garbage. You're not good. Like I stand there and I get pissed.
You're trash, dude.
Yeah, no, like I look at him like he's playing a good song. The next song he's gonna play is fantastic too. But you hear the transition, you look at him, you're like, what are you doing? You see the whole energy of everyone just flunks, and it's just like, whoa. So I think, yeah, going back to the question on the best time was when I was with my really good friend. We were going song for song, intimate group, and it just felt like everyone was part of a complete like unit, and we were going like point A to point B so seamlessly. And then at some point, the cops came and shut it down. Like that.
Ah,
That's how much fun we were having.
narcs.
Literally, like the neighbors, I think got a little too upset. We brought a lot of speakers for the amount of group we had, and I think we enjoyed way too much. But yeah, I like more of the intimate stuff. I've done like a few with 400 or 500 people. Like I have another one coming up where there's going to be 500 people.
That's nuts. Where's
Um,
it at?
it's
Plug
gonna.
yourself. Plug.
So I'm not. The venue hasn't been locked. It's gonna be a porn party.
Oh, word. Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
I actually like those type of. I like those like more like Jewish style events because like
People let loose easier, I feel, at Jewish events.
yeah, and then also like the type of music I can play. I love to play more of like the Omer Adam like house remixes
Mm.
that me and my friends find and like that I think are awesome and the energy. I think the quality of the music, like I said, high frequency music.
Yeah.
I think like when the like speaking about like back to again for high frequency music, I think it's so important. It's it's just it's cleaner. It's cleaner. Like when you go to a club where it's only rap, you see people like looking at you. You know what I mean? That type of scenery. Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, why are you looking at me? Even though like let's say you have a table, you know what I mean? Like you're him, but then you have people on the floor looking up at you like, who are you? Why are you looking at me? I don't like that. I don't go out to compete with people. I go out to be with people, to gain off energy with people, to be a unit with people. I think, and with house music and like that soft spot I found with the music that I found, the people and the scenery, it's just so clean. It's so clean, and I think those type of event that I DJ, especially like the porn party,
Mhm.
it's gonna be so clean and enjoyable because at the same time, like right, people are coming for the music and the DJ to feed off his energy, but at the same time, the DJ is nothing without the crowd. The crowd is not a
Exactly.
clean energy.
Hmm.
The DJ is not gonna perform.
Word. That's beautiful. So, this next question comes from Jalen. Because, speaking of gigs and how you play and how you work with the crowd and stuff like that, what gave you the idea for the Venice Beach gigs that you would do?
It's a great question. So yeah, I haven't done Venice in a long time because the weather. But I was at a point that I was struggling, to get gigs.
Mm.
And I saw an interview of one of my favorite DJs, Francis Mercier.
Hmm.
He's a very talented guy. He's Moroccan. Does a lot of African house.
Nice.
Very, very, very much enjoy him. Um, and the way he started out is same. I think all the DJs have this issue, right? I can DJ. How can I get gigs, right? It's the
Hmm.
biggest, I would say, hump that every DJ will have to go through, especially in the beginning, because it's a very diluted industry, I would say. Because if you're into house music, you like 90, I would say like 90% of people who like house music started to DJ, start and want to DJ because like it's fun. It's
Yeah.
like you can call it an adult video game. That's how my brother calls it. Like I'm mixing in my room late nights, like every night, and my brother would come in and he would see me just vibing. I have like my screen. I have like an all-in-one DJ set. I just plug in my USB. It looks like a whole video game.
Nice.
And my brother, so Francis Mercier, he was struggling, and he said that he opened up his own entertainment group, and he would headline his own events. So I'm
It's
like,
interesting.
I want to be different. Like I want to be able to like a lot of my inspirations are DJs who do events in not your normal places, not a club. They do it in like the jungle, in front of a pyramid,
Hmm.
you know, in like on a sunset, overlooking over the whole beach. So I'm like, we have Venice Beach in my backyard. Like
True.
it's like literally like it's one of like the backbones of LA. It's like if you're coming to LA, you're coming to Venice Beach. So I called up. I'm like, I want to see how much to get a permit. They're like, no, it's free. We want to give, all of like our artists a chance to like express themselves. And I thought about, I'm like, yeah, like you see a bunch of homeless people just like performing there too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people like there's no way they're spending money on things. So I'm like, so I go there, and yeah, it just kind of just took off from there. And it's actually like, if you think about it, it's a crazy, I would say, a crazy science behind it on how to attract the people. So let's say you're doing a set there, you're DJing there for, let's say, 3-4 hours, um, and you're having hundreds of people walking by you,
Mm-hmm.
hundreds, no clue who you are, don't like the music, because the people who are coming there, they like more mainstream rap. It's not their type of scenery. And the way you have to attract a crowd, you want to have a good time, you have to hope the song you play will attract the right person that happens to be walking by. And now, wait. So now let's say you got them. You got them. You got that one person,
Mm-hmm.
let's say with a group of 4 people. They're having a good time. So I have a few friends. So it makes it look like there's a little crowd.
Right.
Now you got to hope they stay there for longer than that song. So now I got to hope, okay, they like this song. Now I have an idea what they like. So now I'm going to play a song that's kind of similar, but I have to hope they're willing to stay. Because if they leave, now I don't have a crowd anymore. So now I hope they stay, and they can attract more people. And then when they attract more people, I need to understand now, okay, what song am I going to play next to keep this group in, but at the same time attract more? But then you never know, like after 15 minutes, you gain a crowd, you could lose them in a split of a second. It happens. Like you can have 50 people for 10 minutes, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're back to point A. And then we had certain times that we went till like 9, 10 p.m. and we had like 150, 200 people there. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. But the reason I got into doing Venice is because I wanted to take stuff into my own hands. Is that if no one's going to give me the opportunity, I'm going to bet on myself, right?
Word.
It's the only way you're going to have to do it if in anything you want to do. No one's going to give you anything at the end of the day. If you're going to rely on other people to give you stuff, it's not going to work.
Heard you.
So I tried to do whatever I could to do what I can for myself. So Venice, that's what started. And my friend has a beautiful building in downtown. We started throwing events there,
Mm-hmm.
like during the day. All the way, I threw one for my birthday. And we're going to be throwing more there. And then people start seeing. And then when people start seeing what you're creating, they want to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much how I got into all that.
And I gotta say, it's like seeing the stuff you did in Venice. It's like it was like so cool, and you were able to like catch like so many people too. It was like awesome, and I recognize that area also because it's like there was a point in time where I would play pickup ball in Venice a bunch. I haven't been lately because like the schedule is like insanely busy, but it's like it's a solid area there to like do DJing. I wish like you were there like when I was like playing ball there, so it's like I can have like
the music
going like behind me. Oh, that'd be great.
It's so funny because there's right next to there's just a bunch of like bar/club scenery. It's like dance bars, and you can hear the music all the way from there. And I would go introduce myself like, oh, that's you. I love your music.
Yeah.
Your music is amazing. Like, come DJ at our place. Like, we love you. And what I love so much about Venice is that you had a homeless guy tripping on who knows what drugs to the most regular person in the world. Like, we had actually this famous guy. I forgot his name. I have to ask one of my friends. Like, he was pretending. He gave us this random names. He was talking, but then we searched him up on like a thing. We're like, oh, we actually know this guy. Like, he was on many movies we've seen. Like, we know him. So like you have like to a homeless guy, to a famous person, to the most regular person in the world. Like, it's the only place in the world that you were able to like enjoy and party and have a good time with everyone. And that's what I loved. It was like you felt absolute unity with everyone. You can't find a place like that ever. So,
it's true.
So I found it was very unique about Venice.
Music brings everybody together, bro. Really,
I agree. Yeah,
it really does. So, next question. This comes from Yehuda. Yehuda, in your opinion, how would you say partying has changed since October 7th attacks? Like,
Hmm.
have they gotten better at this point? Like, are people still having fun? Like, what do you think?
So I think just being in LA,
Mhm.
you're not you're okay. Other than rallies and protesting and all that, you don't feel it. You don't. If we're being totally honest,
Mm.
day to day, right? Maybe in the beginning, because you have a lot of family and friends. Like I have a lot of family who lives there. I have friends who are in the army.
Same.
Like you can speak on that as well. But
Mhm.
you don't feel it day to day. Like you don't wake up in the morning and like really think like I don't know about you, but for me, like I don't. It's not on the top of my head. Like it's not like in the like you wake up and you're like, oh, we're in the middle of a war. Like we are, but like you're not living there. You're not.
Right.
It's not like you're surrounded. Like the energy there, you'll feel it. It's the life. The war is on your land. Here you don't really feel it, right? You feel the energy. You feel the pain of your brothers and sisters, what they're going through. But essentially, like you don't really feel it. And do I feel like there was a big impact? Aftermath, no, but at the moment, yes. What does that mean? So the moment people weren't, I was a party. I don't know
Like
other.
there was like a solid second where like people had to take a break
Yeah, people were taking
from
breaks.
everything.
Couple weeks, people were taking a deep breath. They were like, "What is going on? Let's get a reality check." Um, but other than that, I think everything is normal. I think what's very inspiring, I saw a few videos of DJs who are actually performed at the Nova Festival, and they've done like a couple months ago, I think like a month after it happened, they got back on, and they see them play like an emotional song, like a deep house with like pianos. It's called Rapture 3. It's by Me and Rampa and this other D I forgot. It's Kai Music. Unreal. You should listen. It's called Rapture 3.
We'll check it out.
Fantastic song. And you see him crying. You see him crying. Like you feel the emotion. Some DJs who've been through that, like you feel like if you find your certain type of people who really have been affected and who've been there,
Mhm.
like you can see that they have changed and their way they've partied and the way they play their music now is definitely more emotional and they're trying to tell a story because I feel like every DJ is trying to tell a story. Every person who's playing music is playing something a part of themselves. So I feel like it definitely has changed. But I feel like here in Los Angeles, I wouldn't say so because, like I said,
Like we're not at war.
yeah, we're not at war.
Yeah.
You're not waking up and you're hearing sirens.
Yeah.
We don't know what that means, unless you were. Let's say you did a gap year in Israel, right?
Yeah.
Like you were in Jerusalem, so you didn't really have.
I actually I was in Beit Shemesh, which
You
is
were in
like
Beit
an
Shemesh.
hour away from like everything. It's like we saw like Iron Dome we saw like the Iron Dome like shooting down rockets like some
Okay.
like toward the end of the year we
Yes.
saw it once, but it's like they weren't like close to us.
They weren't
Like we
close.
saw it like in the sky way
Yeah.
like far away.
Were you guys like waking up on sirens stuff like that or?
No, I mean, it's like thank God, it's like we didn't have to deal with any sirens like that. Like
Yeah.
there was never any like rocket threats like coming to us because
Yeah.
like we were so far away from everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, I mean, seeing all of it like from our roof is still like insane.
Yeah. So you and I like we don't know what it means to be waking up
Yeah.
by sirens. So it's like you can comprehend and understand pain, but you can't live it.
Right.
You can't. Like even though as much as you try to, you don't. Because you live a life here in LA. You don't live in Israel. You wake up in the morning, you hop in your car, you go to Starbucks, you grab yourself a cup of coffee. You live in a
live a good
first world
life.
country. You live in everything's handed to you. There's no
Yeah.
such thing as you don't have to wake up in the morning and feel like when October 7th happened, I had a couple friends who were there when it happened. They're saying they were afraid to go out because you don't know if someone's gonna come and stab you.
Yeah.
When October 7th happened, you don't feel that here in LA. You weren't afraid. Yeah, you were afraid about like the rallies, you were afraid to wear a kippah, but it wasn't a life or death situation.
Mhm.
So you can't live like that. You know what I mean? You know how it feels. So going back to the party sense, right? We took a break.
Mhm.
because you want to grieve, you want to feel pain, because that's who we are. I feel like as the Jewish people as a whole, we grieve together, we stand together, we always like to unite. That's how we are as the Jewish people. And yeah, after a certain time, you get lost. Back, you know what I mean? You go back to the program while you're here in LA, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's like I feel like the best thing we can do, like being in America, you know, while everything's going on over there, I feel like the best thing we can do is like obviously like support in any way we could,
100%.
but also living on for them and like staying happy in the face of like adversity and
100%.
stuff.
What,
You know,
and it just shows in our rallies, like when you see us, like they're playing loud music and everyone's uniting, singing together, going crazy, and we're sending videos to our friends like who are fighting. It gives them energy. They feed off the energy. I think what's amazing about the Jewish people is that we know how to sit in pain, but we know how to take that pain and take it to take that dark into light. We know how to flip that switch on, and I think that's what
keeps us going.
Yeah, 100%.
Misal Chai, man.
100%, 100%, man.
Yeah. Moving on to like, you know, a lighter note. You know, this next question comes from Daniel. He wants to know what's your. You kind of touched on it for a bit, but it's like, what's your favorite music to play? Like, in your opinion.
In my opinion, so yeah, deep house.
Deep house.
Deep, like hard bass, and then like big on pianos, trumpets, saxophones, big, like, yeah, big deep house guy. Big. I hate rap music, man.
You don't like rap at all?
I hate it with my life.
Wow.
I was one of those guys that would only listen to Future. Like,
but that's more like
Future.
That's trap though.
No. Future was my guy. No. Future was everything. He was rap, trap. He was R&B too. He did it all. Like if you were sad, like a girl broke your heart, you can listen to Future. You can listen to Hallucinating. You can listen still Coming Out Strong. You can listen to I can't name you some of the songs I haven't listened to in a long time. That whole like Selfish with Rihanna. Like there's like if you wanted to cry, you could cry to Future. I promise you.
He did it all.
He did it all. If you wanted to bump, if you wanted to feel like rap, I need it. He gave it to you. But I don't listen to
It's like when did you like start hating it? Why?
I told you, slow frequency music, and I'm not into that. I like music that can pretty much lifts you up. And one thing I noticed is that if you start listening to house music, you cut out rap. I promise you, I'll guarantee you right now. Listen to just house music for 2 weeks, you'll realize you just become a more happier person. In my opinion.
That's interesting.
I don't think you realize it, but like subconsciously, when you listen to rap music, those words like subconsciously like affect you. You don't realize it. The way you speak, to the way you act, to the way you behave, everything. It's like because you're literally talking about sex, drugs, women, guns, showing off my money.
I feel like not all rap is that though. Like I feel like that's a generalization of rap.
Most.
A lot of rap is that.
Most.
But there's also a lot of good rap that's not just that.
Okay, 100%. Like, I agree. But let me ask you something. If you're constantly listening to garbage like that, you're gonna behave like that, essentially.
Yeah.
But you don't realize it. You might not realize it, but that's how. If you cut that out and you listen to house music, to high frequency music, I promise you, you will genuinely be a happier person. There's actually a sick science. I watched this video right when I got into DJing. It's insane. So BPM is, so each song has like a BPM rate.
Right.
And each BPM, it kind of locks in with your heartbeat. And that's how people move. Right. So depending on the bass, so let's say it's like 95. Like rap is more like 60 to 90. And then like, let's say if you want to go more to like a little more upbeat, you're hitting like 135, 150. And the way it works is that the BPM kind of locks with your heart, and that's the way you're gonna move and where you're gonna react to the music with the bass.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going more slowly on that. And with house music, 125, it's the 128 actually. It's the exact amount of it's the heart rate that locks in with your heart, that of exact of when you run. If I'm saying that correctly, I know I'm like kind of like all over the place on this one. I saw this video a long time ago, but like when you listen to house music, in the way you're moving, it's like you're running a marathon. It's like you're sprinting.
Interesting.
It's pretty crazy. And the way you lock in with that, like I think the 128, the 120 to 128 BPM with the house music, it's a sweet spot with everyone. Everyone. It doesn't matter. Like when you hear the bass, everyone's just like this, just bumping up
It's
and
true.
that's it.
It's true. It's contagious. Honestly, you hear good bass, you can't
You
not
can't.
do it.
You can't.
You got to bump.
And that's house music for it. And that's why I cut out. That's why I cut it out, like rap music and all that. Because I felt like that was the one, and I just been going riding with it, and you start to realize there's so much different house music you can listen to. You can listen to like rap mixes that are house music.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can take vocals on rap music, and I love those. I actually listen to those. They're sick. Like
You listen to the vocals, but it's just a different beat.
different beat. I give it to them, but it's not something I listen to like all the time.
Right.
I think that's somewhere I can meet in the middle with a lot of people. But I love more like deep stuff. That's my that's my stuff. That's my thing.
Cool. So moving on, this next question comes from Moshe. Why are you the greatest DJ of all time? Give us your pitch. Give us your pitch. What do you want to say to the people?
I think you just gotta come and listen.
Just gotta listen, ladies and gentlemen.
I really just think so. I think you can put me in any single stage. I think I can rock it, like give everyone the best time. I think I'm very good at taking a consumer from point A to point B. I think I'm really I'm very focused on that, because at the end of the day, like you can play one song that no one knows, and then, but if it works seamlessly throughout your whole set, people are still gonna enjoy, because it keeps the rhythm going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think, I hate to sound like a little like egotistic, but I think I'm really freaking good. I am really good, and I think you can put me in any position, I will rock it, and we will just have a great time.
Confidence is key, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But no, like an actual like legit question though. It's like what would you say is like your goal as a DJ? Like what's your dream gig?
In the middle of the jungle, doing an 8-hour set from 12 to 8 in the morning.
Like literally in the middle of the jungle? Like,
middle of the jungle.
Like a venue?
No. Middle of the jungle, or like in the pyramid, like in the middle of nowhere. Like for me, it's all about DJing in like a sick ambiance, like the place around you. It's not about the club. Every club has lights, good sound. Like some places just are better. Like I know a few clubs that their sound and their lights and their production is unreal. Like I enjoy it. I'm like, wow. But I think like the best ones is like when you use nature, when you use what you got around you, when you were like at a park. Like I went to a guy's DJ set. There were like 300 people there. He did it at a park.
Wow.
Closed down the whole park.
Like central, like
Expo Park next to USC.
Oh, word. Wow.
Sick.
That's unreal.
Like those are my type. Like I love, like even Venice. Like Venice is so much fun. Like I think my dream set though, sunrise, doing an 8-hour set from midnight to 8 in the morning with 2 of my friends. Like if you look at the video of Kai Music, one of my favorite DJ groups, my favorite DJ groups. They're the only the best. And that's what they do. They do like crazy in the sick jungles, middle of nowhere. And I just want to be with my friends, like, and feel like it's a house party. That's what I like.
That's beautiful, bro.
That's why I like DJing. Like for me, it's all about like, I'm on the stage and I'm hopping on the thing and everyone look at me. 1, 2, 3, let's go. No. I want to feel like I'm in a house party. 1,000-person house party. That's what I like to DJ. That's what I want to feel like to be, and that's what I want people to feel when I DJ.
So it's all about community for you, basically. That's wonderful.
That's the only
That's
reason.
so great.
It's literally the only when I like. But listen, I like all about the energy of feeling. It's like I don't want like the person in the back to feel like, oh, I'm just chilling in the back taking videos. No, I want the person all the way from the front to the back to feel like he's part of something. I'm nothing without the guy from the front or the guy in the back or the guy waiting in the bathroom in line and he's bumping to my music. I feed energy off everyone and I want everyone to feel like they're a part of it, like a house party. And I feel like I enjoy DJing house parties a lot more because you feel the people. You're part of everyone.
It's homey. Like,
you feel home, and I like it. I love it.
that's beautiful. So, yeah, let's get into some of these anonymous questions because a few people submitted anonymously. This first one, what would you say is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to DJing? If you have one.
Oh, I have many. I have a few.
A few?
Yeah, a few.
Lay them on us.
One, a girl, she's like, so like girls, they love DJs, so they come, they're like, oh my god, can I touch it? I'm like, no. And
Yo,
what they do,
real talk, I'm so guilty of that too. It's like, I mean, it's
hate
like, I won't actually do it, but it's like there are times where it's like I have enough liquid courage that I go to the DJ and I'm just like, bro, let me spin, but like I won't actually.
it's
like,
the
ever.
word, like, bro,
Yeah, it's
like,
annoying.
they
I know.
come and they touch the song that the deck's on the disc and they move it and hear a
Oh.
scream, and I look at the person, I'm like, excuse me,
Get out,
move. I don't need you here. Like, what are you doing? Like, I hate it. And they think it's so funny.
Man.
And I was in a set, like I went out one night and I see this guy DJ let this girl do it. Every second she kept on doing it. I looked at her, and I personally went up to her. I'm like, as a person listening to the music, I don't enjoy it. Just go home. No one needs you here. You're ruining everything.
Jeez.
Because it ruins the flow. I hate it. I hate it and I get infuriated. You don't want it. Let's just say you don't want to see it happen with me because I get pissed.
All right.
That
what else?
song request. Don't like him.
I was literally just about to be like, how do you feel when people like make requests during sets?
Don't like it.
Not at all.
I think song requests are selfish.
Mm.
Because it's two things, right? A DJ at the end of the day, it's his job to be able
to gauge the crowd.
Exactly. Be able to play music for everyone. All right. Especially if you're a house party, you're not gonna like everything, and you're gonna think like, right, play this song. And then have you ever like seen those people who like, oh, they get the song request and then they play their song and then no one listens to their song, no one likes their song? You ever been?
That's true.
No one likes it.
About it.
No one likes it.
It's always like a group of like 5 people, and then everyone else is just like, oh, okay.
Everyone's like,
this song's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
what is no one likes your request, not the DJ and not the people around you.
Yeah.
And you've been like, yo, trust me, everyone's gonna like it. No, it's just you, and it's so selfish. Word. So usually what I say, yeah, they come and I'm like, yeah, sure. Tell them walk away. They might come back.
And then you don't do it.
They don't do it and they always forget because they like the music. That's how it ends up always working.
It's true.
Always working. And then I think someone who feeds into song requests. Yeah, but like, I'm not saying it's bad to song requests. So let's say like you're DJing and like you're going to do someone's birthday party or something, like where you're with a group of friends. Like they know to text you ahead of time. Hey, do you mind playing this song? I'll listen to it. I'll find maybe a cool mix. Maybe I'll make a nice mix to it, But like at the moment, no. Even though I won't prepare for my sets, I don't have like, I'm mostly like open format doing my thing. But like, no, I wouldn't. I'm not taking song requests. In the beginning, you just send a little text. Like, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think it's the most selfish thing in the world if you're in the middle of a party. Oh my God, play this song. Yeah, no one's going to listen to it. I promise you. That's a big pet peeve of mine.
So just people messing with the DJ set and song requests. Like,
song requests and videos.
Like people taking videos of you?
Yeah, not into that.
Oh, you don't like that?
I don't like that.
Why?
Not a fan.
I feel like it's promotion. No?
Yeah, I don't really care, man. I told you, I DJ because I want people to enjoy with me. Because once you detach from the music and you go on your phone, it's like, you lose your rhythm. I don't like the sense of having phones and going out. Like you go to like some of the biggest DJs in the world and everyone has their phone out. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I don't like that.
It's not a good look, honestly. With everyone with the phones out, it's like just enjoy it. Just be there. Like
Be there. Be present.
like maybe take a 10-second clip for memories, but you don't have to
Yeah.
record the whole set.
Like there's some people, yeah.
It's like people do that. No one's like going into like their camera roll like 5 years from now and just like, oh, let me watch this set that I recorded like for an hour. Like
Yeah.
no one does that. Why are you doing it? Like
No, 100%. And even though it might be promotion, but like the reason why I feel like I still love DJing right now and I haven't lost the love and I see a lot of people lose love for it, it's definitely the thing that I've been doing of not allowing any influences and peer pressures and doing stuff I don't want to do. So what does that mean? Like weddings, bar mitzvahs, some, people do to make money. For me, it's not about the money. I love it so much that I don't want to start hating it because I'm forced to do things for other people.
Mm.
And when I have to start forcing other people to do, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's not about DJing for 1,000 people, 500 people, or 10 people. I want a group who just enjoy. I don't want you to be on your phone. I don't want you coming up with me and playing with my board. I don't want you coming up to me, play this song.
just vibe.
Enjoy.
Just vibe out.
That's all I ask. Is that so hard? That's so hard. It's not.
It's not.
But people make it so hard and people get paid and then people, then DJs start doing other things and they, and they lose their love and they don't stay authentic. And I know what I like and I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm like, right. People are like, yo, how could I become a big DJ? Everyone wants to become a big DJ. But at the end of the day, it's something I love doing. Like I'm in my room every night for at least an hour. I put on my headphones and I'm just playing my music and I'm mixing my music. Sometimes I have an extra headphone jack. I can put it in. I have my friend, he's sitting on my couch. I have an extra like aux, like it's like a 10-foot aux. It goes all the way to my couch and he's just sitting there and he's just like, that's all I need. That's all I need.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So this next anonymous question, what would you say is your creative process when making mixes?
Just listening to a lot of music.
Just listening.
Just listen. The more you listen, the better you'll be at anything. Anything essentially. Not just music. It can conversation with people, getting to know someone. Mm-hmm. Negotiation. People think when you're negotiating or you're selling something, you're making a sales guy, you gotta talk. If you're talking more than the other person, you lose. You lose in any conversation.
It's true.
Because how do you know what the person wants if you've never heard what he wants to,
You gotta listen to him.
You gotta listen.
So it's the same thing with music.
Same thing with music. If you can't just listen to endless music or re-listen to the same song, like I found this new song on Thursday. I probably listened to it today. Till today, probably listened like 30 times. I listened to this morning like 5 times on replay. You just gotta listen. Listen. And then once you start listening, it becomes part of you. And then you're able to mix and match like a puzzle. It's like memorization. So it's all about listening. If you don't listen, you'll never be good. And also, if you're not willing to listen to endless amount of music, you're not going to be a good DJ. Why? You're going to be playing the same songs every time.
That's true. Honestly, I'm trying to listen to music more too. It's like I recently got a record player. I'm trying to like get a vinyl collection going.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Like
Awesome.
I'm just trying to listen to more music, like as much as possible. Like I love it.
Yeah, I think also like on Apple Music, it's really cool. You can make playlists, share it with your friends, and they can add music, and you can add music to the playlist. So you can get like.
Wait, Spotify has that too, though.
Like
collab playlists.
Bro, I don't know. Listen, I think Apple is absolutely superior.
All right,
I'm one of those guys,
bro. Spotify makes 6 personalized playlists for you every day, and it's never the same playlist.
Whatever.
It's
man.
nuts, bro. Like I never see anything better than Spotify.
So this is I can give it. Ready? A little controversial, but Spotify are for people who want to be spoon-fed music. Apple Music are for the people who actually want music, who want find good music. They're just feeding you music.
That's crazy. They don't. You could search it if you want to. It's like if you want
Yeah,
to look for music.
okay, but
they don't just spoon feed you music. They recommend stuff, but it's like that's not all the music they give you.
When you speak, why do I love Spotify? Because they're for you playlists or whatever, unreal. The way they suggest the algorithm is unreal. Like, for example, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like they turn out to do a great job. It doesn't mean like you can't look for music if you want to.
I just think so. I just think is that Spotify, they spoon feed you music and people just take it, and you just, Apple Music, you're gonna have to grind and work for it, and you end up coming without better music.
But it's also like, you know what it is? It's like with Spotify, for example, when they recommend music, right? Like they make the personalized playlist. It's like some stuff that you like, and then some stuff that it's like new music, like different artists and stuff like that, right? Like I'm really big, like the rap I like listening to is like meaningful rap. Like I really like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like
J. Cole's nice.
old school rappers. Like I like rappers with a message, right?
Yes.
And at one point in one of these personalized playlists, like I think like sometimes it will be like, you know, a bunch of J. Cole, Kendrick songs, like meaningful rap, stuff like that. And then they'll put like they'll put an MF Doom song in there, right?
Okay.
And then that's how I got into MF Doom, because I listened to that one song and then I'm just like, oh, I really like this guy. And then I listened to all his stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then like people like Red Veil, like I really like Red Veil. Like I think he's a great rapper too. It's like I got put onto him as well, and it's like it's all that type of stuff. So it's like they give you a suggestion. You can take it or leave it, but it's like,
but for your playlist, I don't know, the way I understand, and also the way that like promoting music on Spotify is a lot easier than Apple Music, for especially a lot like artists. Like when you see what our artists at the end of the year, what they post Spotify. Everyone's
true.
All the artists, because why? Because you're able to manipulate the algorithm in Spotify a lot better, a lot easier. And there's a lot of big companies, what they do is that they have like communities of playlists, and basically what they do, the artist will pay the company for promotion, and the company that has the playlist that you follow will spoon feed you that music. Apple kind of has that, but it's not as diluted as Spotify.
Does Drake find yourself in your top 5 also at the end of the year? Or
Drake? No. My top 5 at the end of the year was no one you ever heard of. Like I told you, I quit. I quit. Everything.
No, I know, but it's like I'm saying, like with Drake specifically, like because it's like I feel like
everyone loves
even
Drake,
if you listen to like a little bit of rap,
Drake.
No, he somehow finds his way into the top 5. It's like I've narrowed it down to 2 things personally. I think either he pays to like, you know, the algorithm to like fix it, like you're saying, or he has just so much music out there that it's like you accidentally listen to him enough for him to be in the top 5.
Drake is huge. I think we forget how big Drake is.
No, he's very big.
Drake is freaking...
He just beat Michael Jackson for most like number ones. Like he's number 4 on the
Everyone
list now.
loves Drake. Like we said it, like even like your mom likes Drake. Like everyone's moms like Drake. You know what I mean? Like it's a joke. Like I was talking to my friend. He's like, why is Drake so big? My mom even likes Drake. Like he doesn't really like you don't see him like with a big blunt in his mouth smoking weed. No. You know what I mean?
True.
You don't see him like doing like whatever rappers are doing. He raps, but he has cool music like that, like R&B people can listen to, more poppy style a little bit. Everyone loves him. He hits everyone. Like that's a joke.
Yeah.
Like even your mom likes him. Like everyone loves him. It's freaking crazy. And it's not because he pays people off, because everyone loves him.
True.
And at the end of the day, like even though you might pay these companies, but these companies have to stay a little bit authentic, right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't hurt to put Drake. Everyone loves him. Yeah. And if anything, you know, if you have Drake in your thing, you'll have more people listening, like because everyone loves Drake. Everyone's gonna want to continue listening to your playlist.
Valid. So so the way the show works pretty much is I always ask the first question. I also always ask the last question. And that last question is always, if you had to give one piece of advice to the people watching at home, what would you tell them?
Just be authentic when it comes to like DJing. Don't be like manipulated on what type of music to play, you know? I think the whole point of a DJ and the way you can experience when I go to see DJs as well is their spin on music and their, journey that they take you on. And when you're starting to get manipulated by other people and, forced to do certain things and you're going away from authenticity, it's, you can see it on the DJ. It's not as enjoyable. And when you really stay focused on who you are and you just, okay, you can meet in the middle with people, right? Let's say like I really love my deep house, but some people like a little more mainstream stuff. So I find my middle ground there. I have my mixes that I can play. I find, my sweet spot that everyone can enjoy. And I stay authentic. And then I put in my stuff in there. That people are like, oh, what song is this? Whoa, this is actually sick. And then you're slowly, building. If you're never gonna stay authentic, you're never gonna build something. You're never, right? At the end of the day, like anything you ever want to do in your life, you always need to build a community. You need to start something. And that community will track with authenticity and with what you love doing. And the people feel it. People feel it. When people when you have an off day and, people notice these stuff. So when you stay authentic, I think it's the most important thing. And I think it's the only advice I can give to anyone, anything. Just stay authentic, man. If you don't stay authentic, you're going nowhere.
Keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. Michal, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you. If you guys like this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to see what Michael's got going on, I'm going to put his links down below. If you want to see what's going on with the show, who's coming on next, stuff like that, my links are going to be down below as well. And with that, this has been the USB Podcast. This has been Michael Atzmon. My name is Ed in Toronto. We'll see you next week.
Yup.